My name is Oleksandr Yevsieiev. You can call me Alex. I am a Salesforce consultant and I'm passionate both at BI and Salesforce. And thank you for finding time in, to attend my virtual session regarding CRM Analytics and how can we automate and make CRM Analytics data actionable in Salesforce. If you are wondering what is CRM Analytics, don't be stressed. Yeah, I will explain. No worries. So CRMA is an abbreviation of CRM Analytics. It's a native Salesforce BI tool, just like Power BI is native to Office 365. And if you have heard names like Wave Analytics, Einstein Analytics, Tableau CRM, it's all about the same product. Now it's called CRM Analytics, and Salesforce just had rebranded it several times before. What is the normal flow, data flow in every BI tool, and especially we will talk now about CRM Analytics, is a data source. We take data from any data source, then authenticate it through connector, then load data to local CRM Analytics storage. So it's not Salesforce storage, it's CRM Analytics storage. It has bigger capacity. Then we process data with a recipe. On the picture we have data flow, but it's an old picture. Sorry. Now data flow are considered an old tool, so Salesforce pushes everyone to use recipe instead of data flow. So we use recipe. As a result of our data preparation, we register dataset and load and store all data in dataset. And then dataset feeds the dashboard. But it was a normal flow. But cool thing starts here. From a recipe, we can write data back to Salesforce through so-called output connector. And the second thing is cool that we can enable a button on the dashboard which will launch a flow, and from flow we can manipulate data in Salesforce. Sounds pretty cool. I have already used both these options on the project and in my pet project also. I will show you. It's really it's cool. So, so a bit more theory, and then we come to really cool things. So, output connector, it's where we load data from the recipe directly to Salesforce object. Here we map dataset field to the Salesforce object field and perform operations insert, upsert, or update. Delete is not possible here. And another thing is flow. In here we also do mapping, but here we map query fields to flow variables. And here we have a limit of only 200 records. So it's a hard limit. Maybe for some scenarios it's enough. Actually, for my scenario it's enough. But yeah, if you have thousands and thousands, maybe then better to go with the previous option with output connector. Yeah, that's the flow approach. And if you're wondering why would I need this complex thing, here are some scenarios. For instance, if you have to report on objects which are not supported in native reports. For instance, chatter, calculate number of posts, likes, views, etc. So in native reports, we barely can report on chatter data. System objects, good use cases are login history and event monitoring. So if you have to process this data or blend it with other data and do something about this and then write to Salesforce, here it is. Custom metadata types, it's not accessible from native reports at all. So, but actually it behaves like a normal Salesforce object. through CRM Analytics you can access it. Big object, same thing. So you cannot access it from native reports, but it's easily you can reach it with Salesforce CRM Analytics. What else is cool? We can reach out to the external data and process it and write some aggregated numbers in back to Salesforce. For instance, we have sales data in SAP, and then we write year-to-date sales into a dedicated field on account. So for each account, we have aggregated numbers year-to-date sales. And also, scenario is reproducing, not really reproducing, but we can work around the limitation of roll-up summary field when we have it on a lookup relationship. So we know that the lookup relationship doesn't support roll-up summaries, so we can calculate these numbers in CRM Analytics and write it back to Salesforce. I will show it a few scenarios from here. I will show, and yeah, I hope you like it. So, okay, theory is done. Let's go to the practice demo time. So this is an org. Let me refresh it to be sure that it's all up to date. Okay, this is an org. I will remove this number. We don't need it. So we have a use case where we have the music instruments store, and we calculate some opportunities there, numbers, sales, blah blah. So normal sales cloud scenario. What else we have? We have related list of sales by months. This is empty, but we have external sales loaded into our CRM Analytics. I will show it in a minute. Also, yeah, some fields here we will use it to demonstrate some capabilities of the CRM Analytics. And also a cool thing in here in Analytics tab, we have a fancy dashboard. Here it shows the trends of our opportunity. We can click the buttons. It will change the groupings, sales by brand, by shop, by product family, basses or guitars. So I will cover it in a minute. So coming back, we have, let's cover the first scenario. We have the sales by months related list, which is empty, and I want data here. So what we do, I go to CRM Analytics, which is called here Analytics Studio, through the op launcher. So you see it's pretty much native. In here, I already have preloaded external sales data. So this is a dataset. I can show it if you go edit and see it. You can see some properties, number of records, so last refreshed, last viewed, etc. And structure of the data is pretty much simple. So it appears here as a CSV file, so it could be loaded as connector through Salesforce connector, through CRM Analytics connector. But to make it simple, I just made it a CSV file. And data structure is pretty much simple. So we have account key and year and months and sales. That's all. That's all we need. And I would want this data to appear in the related list on account. So what I do, I go to the data manager, and in here, recipes. Okay, give it some time. Recipes. There are a few. I need this one, sales by months. Click run now. So while it's running, to be honest, we don't have time really to dive into the recipes, how it's built, what operations are we performing here. What you see, it's pretty much simple. We have only 5 nodes, but we have other recipes which do some aggregations, calculations, but it's not the topic, it's not the point of this session to teach you how this works. Just I'm showing the capabilities because otherwise we couldn't make it in 20 minutes. Sorry. So our recipe is running. Let's see job monitor. It's running. Okay, while it's running, I go back to our analytics and show you some cool things. So now we look. So yeah, we have seen that we can group by different dimensions. Here's sales manager. If I here on the left corner, I can see the sales manager, the best sales manager. It's not a picture. I can hover over and see some data per brand, etc. If I change the shop, I will see another sales manager. Actually, it's me. Okay, Oleksandr. So this is pretty much actionable and dynamic data, which listens to your selections, to your filters, groupings. Also, we can look at numbers. Now it's amount. Also, we can look at quantity, or we can look at both numbers. So there are 2 lines per each sales manager. That's it. Let's see if we have managed to run our recipe. Okay, this is done. So we are coming back to the account card, and now this sales by months relative list should be populated. So when I refresh, we should see some records there. Okay, we have it. So what happened? We loaded external data as CSV into CRM Analytics and then loaded it to our Salesforce. So it's been our scenario here, from recipe through connector to Salesforce. Okay, what's next? We have a few more fields here. So before we have loaded related records, but now we want to update account record itself, right? And first scenario is to populate current year sales and sales trend. These two numbers will fetch current year, meaning 2025 numbers, and sales trend, it's a delta between current year and previous year. Okay, I have a recipe ready for this. I go to analytics, recipe, and here is sales trend. I run it manually. Okay, and while it's running, there is another field which is number of contacts. This is our workaround for the roll-up summary. So we know that with roll-up summary we can calculate the number of contacts which are related to the account, because relationship between contacts and account is lookup, not master detail. So we cannot do it just with master detail. And if you view all, we see here 9 contacts in total. So what I would do, I run another recipe which will calculate the contacts, number of contacts per each account. And at the end, I would expect to see here 9, number 9, just 1 digit. So this is another recipe, contacts count. Click here and hit run now and see. Now we should have 2 recipes running. Okay, 1 is running and this is cute. It will take some time. Okay, sales trend is done. So what should happen after refresh? I should see here in these 2 fields some numbers. Okay, I see them. So current year 3,000 and sales trend minus 1,700 euros. So that's sales trend and current year sales. So what happened? We have loaded this data into related list, and then we have aggregated current year sales and previous year sales, and calculated the delta, and also have written the current year sales into this field. So actually 2 fields get calculated. That's one thing. And also when our second recipe is done, give it a few seconds, we should see also the number of contacts which are related to this account. Okay, this is done. I refresh. So here's empty. I refresh the record, refresh the page to see the records, and okay, we can see number 9 in here. So that's the power of recipes and add to connector, which is cool. I really use it on my projects. Yeah, it's cool. I hope you also find it useful, and if your client is using CRM Analytics, this is really a way to go to perform some cool automations of calculations and run some workarounds, etc. So this is done, and also now we will have a look at the dashboard and how we can execute flow automation from the dashboard and write some data to Salesforce. Okay, so we go back to our analytics tab, to this fancy dashboard. I haven't shown everything here, just to illustrate the power of CRM Analytics. Here we have guitar, and buses brands, some trends, sales trend, and we can expand each brand and see the actual instruments statistics. And these numbers, again, this is not picture, this is actionable, dynamic. If I apply filter, this number would be changed. So this was Fender, now it's Gibson, Ibanez, Jackson. So this is really cool. I enjoyed building this stuff, and it could be really, this CRM Analytics allows to build really cool and fancy dashboards, which are native to Salesforce, and you can embed it here and apply record filters. So this dashboard data is applied only to this our layout shop. What's next? We have forecast tab, where we can see some forecasts according to the select accuracy. Okay, it's not the point for the day, just for information what's possible. And here we have a list of contacts which belong to this account, right? And what's cool, for instance, we can select the campaign and see which contacts belong to which campaign. So in majority of scenarios, these contacts do not belong to any campaign. So if you can see, I have selected several campaigns, and majority of the contacts were not there. Only in the last campaign, one contact was a member of this campaign, which is already cool. We can, from the dashboard, we can immediately see which contact have been participated in which campaign, but it's not the end. We can select several contacts, click the button add selected contact to campaign, hit it, and from here flow launches, and our selected records are mapped to flow variable, and from here we can confirm that we want to add those contacts, these selected contacts, to this selected campaign, and now when I click confirm, these campaign members are added. Finish. So when we go to this very campaign, let me copy it, go to campaign. Okay, here it is. We can see now 4 contacts. So we had only one, remember, we had only one, and we have added 3 more, so now we have 4 contacts in total. When I refresh the data on the dashboard, we will see this campaign member field also updated to green one in campaign. But it will take time to refresh data. You remember, you have to follow this cycle from data source to connection to sync to preparation to dataset to dashboard. So it will take some time. I won't take your time just on these operations, but believe me, this field will be changed just like this one is here. What else? To finish our demo is there is another button which will delete sales by months data. So to be honest, I just built it for my sake to prepare this demo to make it easy, to make sure that the data is loaded and that every time is clean and refreshed. So I don't want to delete this sales by months data one by one. Delete, okay. And I don't want to use data loader, I'm lazy. So I built a flow and have embedded it to the dashboard. If I open dashboard, go further and see this delete sales by months, I will just click it. Okay, success. And after refresh, this sales by months should be deleted. Okay, it's empty. It's empty, nothing is there, nothing there. So this is it. I hope we still have time. Mm, barely, we have barely time. So I want to demonstrate how our data is refreshed here, but I have to run the things, and it will take another like 5, maybe 4 minutes. So I won't take your time. Thank you for your time. Sorry, thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest. My pleasure. My first time at YeurDreamin, and yeah, this is it. And if we go back to the slides, the benefits of this approach is it's pretty much easy. There is no coding skills needed. Your querying skills are only required. But also, however complex your schema is, you can implement data model behind, data preparation behind, and calculate all the numbers. You can utilize insert, update, and upsert, which is pretty much flexible. Uh, as Also, this recipe to output connector, it utilizes bulk API, so it works easily with large volumes of data. Uh, Also, as mentioned, it loads data, analytics loads data into Salesforce CRM Analytics storage, meaning it has a separate storage. If I go to our data manager, here we have usage, and that's our limit of the storage. In real life orgs, it's way bigger. There is millions of records you can store, unlike Salesforce storage. So Salesforce storage is more costly and more restrictive, while CRM Analytics allows you to store more data. Yeah, and there are a few more advantages, like you don't have to build your custom integrations. And also with native connector, you can access many external data, and even if there is no native connector with API, you can build your own one and load external data into CRM Analytics and then write it to your Salesforce organization. So this is it. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and uh, good luck to the next speakers, and see you next time. Thank you. Cheers.